might want to go back to the UK.
What
do you do? I know, I miss it. I just got back and I was like, I really miss it here.
I get that, because I would like to go back to the UK and I never even lived there.
So you would love it. Oh my God.
Oh,
we should just move and have a baby there. Like you would.
Together,
like,
I would love that.
Yeah.
Bye, Jeremy.
I've got to tell you something. Take me off speaker.
All right, we've got New York's favorite Brit, Sophie Sumner.
I love
Thank
that.
you for being on my podcast.
Thank you. We should have a cup of tea.
Oh, shit, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Oh my God, I'm such a bad host.
Yeah.
She texted me before she goes, do you have any snacks? I'm like, I'm on a GLP and I don't eat.
I thought, someone invites you to podcast. I was like, that's so nice. I'll come round. He'll have a spread for me, maybe a crafty. And I even, with that text, I was like hinting.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't even say a meal. I was like, do you have snacks?
Do you have anything? You can go through my fridge.
Nothing. I have
Everything
to go
is liquid.
It's all liquid.
It's all liquids.
Get myself some sushi.
Yeah, I felt
From
bad.
Cinderella.
I offered from Cinderella.
Yeah.
I love you so much. I have a whole list of questions for you. We met. Okay, so I like giving a backstory of like how I met my guest.
It's a good job you got a good memory. I can't remember.
Well, because you do so many things. Also, if this podcast looks different, it's because Sophie has a good side, and that's her good side. So I switched sides.
I would like to point out something. So I feel like my hair is so much heavier on this side.
Yeah.
And today it's fluffy because this is so boring, but I'm going to tell you.
Tell me.
So being a woman, I have to figure out how to curl my hair because
Oh.
blowouts are really expensive,
Yeah.
right? And I get way too many. So I followed a YouTube tutorial and tried to curl my hair this morning, and then it all went awful. And now it's crispy and now it's stuck. And
It looks great.
so now it's back, and I thought this side was better.
Guys, in the comments, I want you to tell her that her hair looks amazing and she's never looked better.
That's so sweet.
Leave a comment.
I'm going all, I'm already going red.
I love it.
The Brit in me.
Okay, so I'll remind you how
Okay,
how
yes,
we met.
tell me.
Also, Jeremy is always like, you sit so weird on this podcast. I'm like, because it's an L-shaped couch. I don't know what you want, Jeremy. You better be watching this episode. We met in Mallorca. Do you remember?
Is that where we met?
Yeah, that's where we met.
No.
Yeah, isn't that kind of crazy? Like, I feel like we've overlapped a million times because we always go to the same events, and now I see you at like the same random things. But we met in Mallorca at the St. Regis on that media trip.
How did we not
I don't know.
meet before then? That's so
She
weird.
came in like you wouldn't even believe this. She came in for like one day on this trip, and I was
family
like,
holiday.
"Who
Big
is this
story for
girl?"
us.
It was the best day of the whole trip. I'm like, "This girl's amazing." Remember you came in? It was the boat day. We went on a boat, and we were taking like
Yes.
hot photos of everyone. And I
Yes.
didn't know that you were. I didn't know you before this, so I didn't know you were like a professional model. And you had like your foot up steering the boat. I'm
Yeah,
like,
I did.
Does she do this for a living? Like every photo I took of you, I'm like, what is happening?
So I should also explain that these press trips with influencers can be trash.
Yeah,
like they
they
can
really
be
can.
so awful. I've been on the driest ones where I'm like, what am I doing? I went on one influencer trip once when it was like the Hunger Games. It was in the Hamptons. We got out of the bus and people were like knocking people over to go and get the best room in this house.
Stop. Oh my
Yeah.
God, it's like a housewife scene.
Yeah, it was, oh my God, yes. And so in the end, I ended up in the boiler room with my like gay best friend on a blow up because I was like, I can't fight these
I'm not going to
people.
do it.
I'm
Wait,
not going to do it.
and was it like a brand or were you there like staying at like a hotel that was trying to promote themselves?
App. It was a new app. And then it was awful. They were like, just come and chill. It's going to be so much fun. And we
Yeah.
turned up to this like quite, big house in the Hamptons or whatever. And everything, it was like, can we just record this? Like there was,
There was
like,
no
you
like
got there
natural
and
part of it.
nothing.
Yeah.
They were like, can we just get the cheers? Oh, and it was back when boomerangs. They're like, can we just
Oh,
boomerang
they
this?
wanted a boomerang.
And it was awful. And it just like the people, it was bad, man. So you can
So-
get a really bad influencer trip.
You can, and I've been on a few that are like the you're right with the brands wanting the whole thing to feel like it's curated. Like if you just let it not be curated, it will feel curated. Like
Yeah,
I
that's
think
so
the best
true.
part about our trip that we went on in Mallorca, which you said you didn't even remember, so I'm sure it was just as memorable for you as
I
it
do
was
know,
for me.
St. Regis is so nice.
St. Regis was amazing. We had Zeph on the trip who shot all of the photos.
Yeah.
So we weren't like running around shooting our own content. He was shooting
Yeah.
everything.
And
Like
he got such beautiful, but that's because
such
the
good
guy
shots.
that run it, a guy called Zach Weiss, who is wonderful in New York, and
He's the
everyone
best.
knows him, and he's written for everyone, and he's
Yep.
a guy about town and looks like a kind of like 1920s Hollywood,
Yeah.
like dapper gentleman. That's because he knows how to put people together.
He does, and I always say there's a difference between influencer and influential. Zach is influential. Like he truly is an influential person. Like everything he does, I'm like, shit, I want to do that.
So
He
cool.
really is influential,
He's so
and he
great.
lives like the lifestyle. Like he embodies the whole that with the outfits, everything. He's
He's
amazing.
like a Ralph Lauren. What is it? I never know.
Well, you're British, so you can say whatever you want.
Ralph Lauren.
However you pronounce it is how I'm
What
going to
did
pronounce it.
Rachel say in Friends?
Oh, because she worked there. I forgot
Yeah.
about that.
We must
Ralph
consult Rachel
Lauren.
from Friends. Lauren.
Can somebody
Lauren.
in the comments leave a comment? And does anyone know her? Can you call Jennifer Aniston for us, guys?
I've met her.
She's sweet. I've met her once.
Really? Where did you meet her?
I met her recently at a premiere.
So I met her at that premiere
Yeah.
2 years earlier.
Oh, really?
Morning show.
I love it. Yeah, she was really sweet. By the way, I've never met someone who looks more like an actress, like a Hollywood actress,
Yeah.
than her. Like, she just like exudes Hollywood, truly.
She's a bit like, so you've obviously got amazing skin and everyone always talks about how good his skin is. Even people that have
thank
met you or like, so we filmed something recently and everyone was like, what does he do with his skin? I think some of these celebrities have what I call just a very rich glow.
Yeah.
I can't
they have a
quite
rich
achieve
skincare
it. You've got a rich
routine.
skincare. I can't quite get this, but they have like Jennifer Aniston just sparkles.
Yeah, she really does.
Do you
And
know
she
what I
walks
mean?
into the room, and maybe it's just because she's Jennifer Aniston. The whole
Yeah.
room is like watching her, and her arm, she's ripped.
Who's your favorite? I'm just going to ask you this question because I want to know.
Did you just flip the interview
Yeah.
on me?
Sorry, it's in my blood. I'm sorry.
She does this professionally. Yeah.
But I really want to know who your favorite celebrity you've ever met.
Oh God, Lady Gaga, ever.
Really?
Like, oh my God.
Wait, when did you meet her?
I met her when I was working at SNL. Yeah,
when
it was
he
the
was
best.
the page boy.
I was the little page. Yeah.
And she was nice to you?
Unbelievable. Like, and I've talked about it on here. She's like everything you would imagine. She's just like kind, calls you by your name. I was wearing a name tag, but she's just the sweetest. What about you? You've met like everyone,
I've
by
met
the
a
way.
lot of people. So I did meet Lady Gaga. We got really drunk in the Beverly Hills Hotel
See, my story's not that great.
garden, and she was great.
Yeah.
Who have I met recently that's like a really nice one? Helen Mirren is more British, and I know she's not that mainstream, but she is like
But incredible.
so incredible,
Yeah.
so nice. Oh my gosh, I'm so bad off the top of my head, but I'll think about this throughout the interview. But I did Top Model, and I had my hair pink.
Yeah, I want to
and
get
then-
to Top Model, by the
Oh,
way.
yeah, just a side note. And she
Yeah.
dyed her hair pink. And on the BAFTA red carpet, she was like, because there was this very cute little British girl who dyed her hair pink. And I met her years later, and I was like, it was
I'm
me.
the-
And she was like,
I'm the British
Sophie,
girl.
Sophie, let's get a selfie. And I was like, oh God, I
Wait,
love you
that
so
is
much.
so wild. Okay.
Demi Moore as well. Demi Moore is so nice.
I could see that.
Oh my God,
You know what I
love
think
her.
it is also? I think people who have been in Hollywood for this long,
Yeah.
there's a reason for that. Like, you're surrounded by people all the time. If you are a terror to work with, people are going to phase you out. People don't want that.
Thanks, Tara.
I've met a few of them. I don't think that, like, I mean, you've heard the rumors about like Lea Michele being a monster to work with.
Oh yeah.
But I think that that's kind of like flipped. I think she like realized like maybe motherhood softened her up too.
Yeah.
Like, I think she's gotten a little nicer. I've met a few that were like at SNL, like the ones that treat people like they are beneath them because I was, but like, you don't have to I know I'm beneath you. Like, I know I am like the bottom of the totem pole. Like, that is always,
Little
I'm like,
Kenneth over
okay.
here.
But then they always sort of like fizzle off. Like, there were a few that I'm like, what happened to them?
Yeah.
I have more followers on Instagram than they do now.
That's wild. Look
Love
at
it.
that. So
The tables have
proud of
turned.
you.
Okay, so you brought up America's Next Top Model. That's
Yes.
such a good transition. Okay, wait.
Now I'm thinking I actually prefer the other side.
We can switch. Do you want to switch? I'm gonna die if we switch. You were on Britain's Next Top Model,
I was on Britain's Next Top Model.
but then you were also on America's Next Top Model.
Yeah, so
I didn't
on-
realize you could do that.
You can't really,
Oh.
actually. So I did Britain's Next Top Model. I was so young. I was like 18 years old. It's a very small one compared to the American ones. We're all getting drunk on it with the crew, and like reality TV wasn't a big thing, and it was all wild.
Yeah.
And, and then I came second in front of a live. Bear in mind, just close your eyes for a second. Close your eyes. You're 18 years old. You're
Yeah.
so insecure. You look a little like horsey weird, I would say. But you've somehow got into the final two. You're standing on this audience. The cameras are everywhere. It's a huge room. And then your parents come out and you're like, oh my God, mom and dad, I haven't seen them in 2 months.
Wait, was this whole thing
This
live?
is the final episode. It was filmed taped to live, so
Got
it
it.
wasn't
Okay.
live
Yeah.
out, but it was taped to live. So my parents came in. I'm like, oh my gosh, I am 18 years old. The only thing that mattered was winning this competition.
Right.
You won a modeling contract. You won all this. Blah blah blah. I'm standing there, do the catwalk. They announce the winner, and they're like, Misha.
And your heart just like sinks, I'm sure.
I think I dropped to the ground.
Yeah.
And I was just, all I can say is I was so young, and I'm
Yeah.
from the countryside, right? I'm from like Oxford. So I really, this was all so big and scary.
and
I
you're also
remember,
probably exhausted by the end of
oh my
it,
God, you're
right?
so tired.
Like, it's exhausting, I'm sure.
So tired. And you film every day.
And how many hours a day are you filming?
America's was a lot more. Britain's was pretty lax. You know what I
Okay.
mean? I'd like chill with the crew, but not in America's. So, but I mean, you're filming 15 hours. You must be like, it's like long.
God, so you're
And
like
not getting
exhausted.
paid.
Yeah, that's the worst part about it. Is it? But it's not like because I know American Idol, it's almost better to come in second because their
Yeah.
contracts are so strict with like if you come in first, you're like locked into a weird
Yeah.
contract with them. Is it a show where you can use like the runner-up place and be like, I'm better off, or no?
No, I honestly think back then, like the Kardashians weren't big yet.
Yeah.
So like reality TV was not accepted.
Got
so
it.
it was like you won. In my head, you won and you got a contract, or you didn't win and you were just
And you were just like
life was
forgotten.
over.
But then you got back on for America's Next Top
Yeah,
Model.
so then-
How did that
so
happen?
Then I fell to the ground. It was really sad, and my parents and I was like, "Oh, I've let the whole family down. I've let the country down.
I've
It was
let-
all
I've let
awful." And I went back home, and I was like, "It's awful," and I didn't know what to do. And then I got a phone call from America's Next Top Model.
Is it the same producers or totally
No,
separate?
totally different. Totally different. And I
Yeah.
was like, I was delusional. I was like, they are going to ring me to ask me to be a judge. Like, I really wanted to do
Oh, you thought you were getting called to be the judge?
I thought I was going to be a judge. I was like, they probably want like an expat to come and
Yeah.
be a judge. Like, and I really...
Beautiful accent.
Beautiful accent. And my parents both work in television. I grew up in the television studios. I love the television. I love
Yeah.
like television sets. So I was like, that's it. And they were like, would you be a contestant? And I didn't really want to do it. America's Next Top Model didn't have a big culture in the UK. And Britain's, they portrayed me as like really bitchy.
What year was this?
Oh my God.
Like for America's Next Top Model?
20, I get so confused after COVID. I think something happened after COVID.
Yeah, my mind got like wiped.
Like I'll be like last week and it was like 5 years ago. Like,
There are times when
I
I'm
went
like,
to New York. When?
I was like, it was
That
so good seeing you the other night. And you're like, when did I see you?
Exactly.
I'm like, what
My friend at dinner was like,
is happening?
I've got a really good friend, you know, I see them once every 2 years. And I was like, yeah, that's New York.
Yeah, it is.
That
It
makes
is.
sense.
Yeah, I saw you 2 years ago. Okay, wait. So we don't remember what year this took place, but it was sometime in the...
Was it 2012? Does that sound
Okay.
right? 2012. Yeah.
Sounds
about
right.
13, 14
Listen,
years
by
ago.
the way, whatever you say on here, it's all true. Like, no one's correcting you.
2012.
Who's going to
Can't even
correct us?
Google it.
Yeah, Google it.
Try me.
Yeah.
Never said that in my life. That's weird.
Okay, so 2012, you get
Yes.
called back.
Yes.
And were you like immediately like, yes, I want to do this? Or was there like
No, no,
hesitation
no.
from the first time?
No. I was like, oh, I don't know. The first time I was like kind of a bitch. Like, I don't know if I want to do this. And then I was like, screw it.
Okay.
What an experience. And I
Right.
really wanted to live in America. And I was like, maybe this is like a good
This
kind
is the
of
chance.
chance.
Yeah.
And next minute you know you're on a plane. The next minute you know you get off a plane. You get greeted by someone. Economy. It's always economy.
I was just going to ask, was it
Yeah,
economy?
I knew you were.
That was going to be honestly, that was my only follow-up question. Whatever story you told, was it economy?
It was so awful. I got on, I turned right.
That was the
No,
worst part about it.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, oh. And you get off and then you go and like a greeter met you, like a handler woman. Her name was Vanika.
Like a producer probably, right?
So she would actually be called what was she? Like a wrangler, like
Okay.
a cast. So in Britain's Next Top Model, you had two wranglers not wranglers. I don't know, whatever.
Handlers?
Two
Yeah.
handlers. And they switched. There were 3 series of
Yeah.
2 handlers.
Got it.
In America's, for the 2 months, you had 1. So how weird is that?
One per person or
Nope.
one total?
One total.
Managing, and how many people are in
Managing
it's called a cycle, right?
all your mental health, managing. That whole thing was 1,
but-
whereas in England you had 2, and then every 4 days it switched to a new 2, and it rotated between 3.
That is wild.
So that was 6 people looking after you on
Okay.
rotation so they could rest.
And how many girls are
Americans
in
had 1.
each cycle? It's called a cycle. I know that because I worked on the show. Did you know that? We'll
What?
get to that. I worked on the social media for the show.
What episode? What season?
I don't know. Later with let's get back to you because I'll share that after. But wait, so it's called a cycle, right? Isn't that what they called it? I know. I used to do social media for TV. But wait, hold on. So how many girls were on it with you?
America's? So many. Like, what was that? Like 15 of us?
Okay. And it starts out with like the
16?
audition. So like you obviously didn't have to audition. They called you, right?
We didn't. It was kind of like a fake audition. Like
Yeah.
So you get off the plane and you get in this car and they say ice. And ice means you're not allowed to talk to anyone. If you're a fan of Top Model, I'm sure plenty of people have said this in podcasts. But you then can't talk. So as soon as you got off that plane, you couldn't talk. You were put in a hotel by Universal World in LA. I don't know where I remember that. It was like a Hilton. and you couldn't talk to anyone. You were in the hotel room on your own. They didn't tell you for how long. You didn't have your phone. They run medicals on you. They did a psychiatric exam. You met the producers. You met Tyra. I think you met Tyra, but you were in that hotel room.
Yeah.
Like
the whole time.
Nothing.
Yeah. Alone with no one else.
No one else. And there was security at the end of the corridor, so you couldn't go and like make friends.
Oh my God, this sounds
and
like
you didn't know how long for. Apparently, I think it was to like psych us out before you went on the show.
They want you to be nervous.
Yeah, and they almost told me I wasn't going to get it. This is so stupid. So they were like, you almost didn't get on because you're not good at being alone. And I was like, well, good job I was going into a house.
Yeah, right.
18
with
girls.
18 people.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, if you're going to leave me in a hotel room locked up on my own with no windows, you couldn't open the windows.
Oh my God, they kept you like trapped.
No wine. I was the first girl. So this hotel normally holds 100 people, and that's how they get it down to their final people.
Wow.
So they were auditioning the Americans while we were there.
Got it.
We'd kind of, we were on, but they didn't tell us that. So I was the first person. I complained so much that they would walk me down every night. I would get my jug of wine, and I would walk back up and have it.
Well, I would have to be a little buzzed to like get through that experience. Like that would be really, really hard. Was there anything from? And then you won that season. You won America's Next Top Model.
It's wild.
That is crazy.
And we did. I think the craziest thing is we did a shoot with Kendall and Kylie. This is the weirdest thing.
But like that is a redemption arc. Like you.
Oh, and then I went back and won. That must have been my storyline. We all have storylines. Every reality show you watch now, I'm always like, I'm really annoying to watch reality with because
you were on it.
Yeah, that person's going. That's going to happen.
Right.
They're going to do that. The producers are doing this, and like all my friends are producers, and they've done like Housewives and all that jazz.
Right.
And so I'm really irritating, I think, to watch it.
You make a great
producer,
Real Housewife, even though there's no
I
husband
auditioned.
yet.
Did I
We're
tell
getting there.
you?
What?
They asked me.
Oh, well, you did tell me that.
I guess I can say it, right? I'm not on it.
No.
Yeah, they audition. I mean, they audition like the whole of New York.
Yeah.
You do like, so for Housewives, I'm sure Carol said, right? You do like a short interview and then you do a super long one.
Yeah.
And then they call me back and they said something that I knew a friend had told them. And it took me straight back to reality TV.
Where
and I
you're
was
like, this is not for me.
I can't do this, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, I just can't do it.
They want those little tidbits of drama that are going to spark something and just like get blown out of proportion on TV.
But
like
it's also like these girls that I've known forever that I've told so much to.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't mind people knowing stuff, but like the way that they do it to create,
twist it.
Like, I'll watch it.
Yeah. But it's all how they twist the storylines. Like it's crazy. I remember when Carol was on it, I love
Carol on it.
She's so great. And she was so great on Housewives. When I met her, I was like, this woman does not fit the show. But having her on that show with those women, I was like, it's perfect. Because you needed like that one
the brain.
Totally normal, like the one who's not going to like Dorinda, made for TV. Like she is the funniest person alive. Her one-liners are incredible. Carol was always that like steady person, but I never knew her off Housewives. So once she left Housewives, I'm like, you're totally it takes so much out of you. I couldn't imagine like a top model experience where like that is straight, you're living there for like the whole time. Was that just like the most exhausting thing you've ever experienced, or did it energize you?
No, it was exhausting, but it was a competition, right? So I think the weirdest thing about Top Model is you just don't want to be eliminated.
Right.
Like you just want to stay in because you're doing such fun stuff, and you just don't. I just didn't want to like leave everyone. It wasn't so much the winning. I just didn't want to like miss out.
Right.
Housewives, it's like your life. I couldn't like. I think it also like loads of them. I've spoken to so many, and they're just like, don't do it.
Yeah, and they like dig through your past. I feel like if you even have like the tiniest little skeleton bone, anything in your closet, like they'll find it.
We can do it, babe.
Yeah, you don't want it. Like it's bad. Was there anything crazy that like viewers wouldn't know about Top Model that you're like, I can't believe this happened?
So they gave us all sleeping pills when we went to Macau, which was our final destination. And I'd never taken one in my life. And I like stayed awake on it on this flight. And then you got off the flight, went straight into filming. So like the whole of the beginning episodes on Macau, I'm just like so confused.
Yeah, because you're exhausted.
Because I'm exhausted. I fought this sleeping pill. And then they threw us straight into a day of filming and straight into a night shoot where we had all these silkworms over us.
Oh God!
And
gross.
they wanted that, right?
No.
But we were all like so like cracked out on these sleeping pills that we were all like, okay. And the
Do you think they wanted
the
that?
producers were like, no. I think the producers want us to be like, oh my God, worms! I couldn't do it, but I was like, put them on, I guess.
Oh, so it had the opposite effect. You're like, whatever.
It was like, well,
yeah.
exactly.
It almost like lasted a little too long, and like the effects took on it after.
Very bizarre.
Wait, that is crazy.
So we had that. I think people wouldn't know that you can't talk to the crew, so there's really that. the director's always like in a basement somewhere directing you. So when you're living in the house, all the production is set up in the basement.
So they live there
And
in the
so
house technically?
I think so. And then they cannot put a camera down until the last person stops talking. So you could have one person just walking around the house and they have to keep filming until everyone is in bed, and then they can start up again. And then most of Top Model, you're just sat in a van because you're just waiting. You're waiting for the location. So by the time they've set up shots, which takes so long to set up,
Right.
you have so quick in hair and makeup.
Yeah.
It's the makeup artists go nuts because they're like, this is my name on here. Of course, they never use the products that,
Right.
Guys, spoiler alert for every single campaign you see out there. And they're like, we're using All Cover Girl, or like,
It's
hello, this
sponsored,
is
right?
Charlotte Till. Like they're always using different products.
Oh, it's
So-
not actually what they're saying.
No, so they would be doing CoverGirl.
But it's because it's a sponsorship with,
Yeah.
like, I'm sure CoverGirl is paying for
Yes,
that.
exactly.
But
So
they're
then
not
they would come
actually.
around and they'd like change out and be like, here's.
Well, it's like that. There was an influencer on TikTok. She's a makeup influencer. I don't remember her name. Michaela, maybe?
Yeah.
She got like somewhat canceled because she was doing a campaign for, I think it was like mascara. And someone in the comments was like,
got fake
you're
eyelashes."
wearing fake eyelashes, you idiot. Like,
Honestly,
it's like when I like work on a skincare campaign and the brand is like, just please don't post about you getting like a laser facial
Yeah, exactly.
within a week of that, because then people are gonna be like, it's not from the skincare, it's from the laser facial, which I get. Like, if you're doing mascara, don't wear fake eyelashes.
Yeah, exactly. But
And
that's just it, right? That's
crazy.
like literally everything. Marketing is a powerful tool.
it's huge, and like social media has like totally changed it. But you were on it before like social media
Before
was really
social media, yeah. So
like,
we
do you
had
think that would have
no.
been crazy for you to be on it with social?
Oh God, I wish I'd been on with social money. I'd make so much more money if that show had
No,
been
that's
just
true.
like they come off Love Is Blind, they drop like 1 million
Yeah.
followers. Yeah, we didn't really have that. So we had blogs and Reddit and like all these dark places of the internet
Yeah,
that were
that you
like,
don't
she
wanna see.
sucks. Oh God, it was like a gremlin. Like when you're feeling really bad about yourself,
Yeah.
you would go on the Reddit post and then you just read them and be like, oh God, I'm terrible.
Yeah.
So we had all that, which was fun. And then, and that was when Instagram was still just sharing with your friends.
Right. I know.
You
It was a
know?
good time to be alive.
That was so cool, man. Like,
I know. I miss it.
right? I was looking, I wasn't, that'd be really weird if I went back all those many years, but like I was thinking about it and I was like, I used to post like really silly stuff.
I know. I
and
wish you could
was so
sort
enjoyable.
your feed by like oldest to newest. Like, I want to see what I used to post.
On those terrible cameras.
Terrible.
Or like Facebook where we
Yeah.
would like upload like 700 pictures a night.
I miss an iPhone 7. I really do.
I miss like, I used to have a BlackBerry and I really miss, I was having this conversation with
Blackberries were the best.
actually the CEO of Samsung, I think, which is kind of a random
It's ironic.
thing to say. That's weird. My stories tend to always go that way. I'm like, oh. And I was like, I really miss Blackberries.
Yeah.
You
They
know?
were so good. You used to be able to like ninja star those things across a room and they would still survive.
Yes.
Like, I could drop this on
Oh no, you should see mine. It's
on
completely
carpet.
cracked.
Yeah, mine. I have a screen protector on it. You can't see it.
Yeah, no,
but-
my screen protector is cracked.
Yeah, I just like I can't. Jeremy just got the new one. I'm like, that thing's gonna be shattered in like a week.
So bad.
I know. I used to be
Make
able to like. I lived through 3 Blackberries in college, like being a belligerent moron, and like I would like throw that thing and like drop it and toss it and whatever, and it would always come back to me. It never.
You know what I used to do, which is really bizarre, is I used to always drop my phone down the toilet because I'd always have it in my back pocket. I lost 4 phones down the loo.
No.
So bad. Because it'd
Like
be in my
this-
back pocket and
Yeah.
I would go and sit down and it would go off down the toilet. And then do you remember that bag of rice? You'd be like, put in a bag of rice, which did
I know,
nothing.
I know. I need to put
So
myself in a
bad.
bag of rice. I really do.
I'll sage you as you're doing it.
I know. If it can cure anything, like it must be able to fix whatever I've got going on.
That would actually be a very cool like health spa thing.
I know.
We
Rice
start a
bath.
health spa, yeah, and just tell everyone that it works. And guess what? Our marketing would be so genius.
People would pay for it. I feel
Be
like,
like, get rid of all your trauma with our rice bath.
don't tell the Amman because they'll pick this up and market it, and it'll be $400 uptown before you know it.
400, you'd be lucky.
Yeah, I know.
You know what? I once actually had this massage and it was $500 in Jamaica.
In Jamaica?
Yeah, and it was the wildest massage. I'm a little bit woo-woo, right? Like, it was the wildest massage I've ever had.
What were they doing?
He went through all your chakras.
I don't even know what that means.
He like, I don't really know, but like he started here and he just did stuff and it unleashed all these like.
Did you feel it?
Yes. Oh my God, I was wailing like an
Really?
animal. I was like, ah!
Oh, that would be worth 500, 400?
Yes,
That would be worth
he's
it.
known on the island. I think a lot of celebrities have tried to, because it was from Goldeneye, the resort. I think a lot of...
well, that place is amazing.
Yeah, I think they've tried to poach him, and I think he stays true to Goldeneye.
Got it. Well, Goldeneye
So
is
his
supposed to be
name is Lindell.
Lindell?
He's known as Magic Fingers.
I've heard that once or twice.
He was lovely. He cleansed me.
Oh my God. Okay, so I feel like you've lived like a million lives, and
Yeah,
now you
that's
really
true.
have. Like, it is actually wild, like your journey and like where you are now, and now you're acting.
Yeah.
Which is even more incredible, because I feel like being able to be taken seriously as a model is hard in itself, and then now you're being taken seriously as an actress. Like, you're crushing it. Was that a hard, like, how did you jump?
I've had the wildest journey. It was Britain's Next Top Model. After that, no agency wanted to sign me. I couldn't get an agent. I would go around all the models one, all the ones in London. They didn't want to sign me. I finally got Storm. I started with Cara Delevingne. Kate Moss was there at the time.
Yeah.
It was like in its heyday. It was huge. And that's when I got America's. So I got America's, and then I won, and I moved out to New York, right?
Okay.
Move out to New York. I'm like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Partying. Wow. I shot things for maybe I did Harper's and Target and hair campaigns, and, kind of survived as a model, but
Sure.
never had the lowest self-esteem and never felt like a model. So truly felt awful. Had a big party phase, was like, woo! And then randomly opened a shop somehow. That's what happens in New York. You know what I mean?
You opened a shop?
I opened a shop in the Lower East Side.
What was it called? Is it still around?
No, now it's a smoke shop.
Tracks.
It was on
Everything
Orchard
is
and
turning into a smoke shop. Or
and
a
it was so
Spirit Halloween.
depressing. Yeah,
I know.
so true.
I know. I drive down the
Wish
street.
it
I'm
was
like, that used to be I don't know, like a beautiful little boutique, and I'm like, now it's a Spirit Halloween.
Spirit Halloween.
Pop
or
up.
Bank, CVS.
I know.
But it was, it was really cool. It was all lifestyle, and,
Yeah.
and we had lingerie and beauty, and I learned how to go to trade shows and do invoices and business and
I
stuff
didn't know
like
you
that.
did that.
Yeah, wild. And then in the basement, we had a studio, and I would shoot people. Well, I wouldn't shoot them, but I would produce photo shoots. And so I had that whole life. And then I was doing TV presenting all the time, hosted lots of TV shows. I worked with Condé Nast and Hearst, and I had a travel show in the Philippines, and I had a music show, and a music show that was weekly on, and then I went and did music festivals. I know nothing about music. I have no idea why I had this job.
But you also are just you just make it work. And
just
I don't
make
think
things
people
work.
care if you know. I think people are just
Yeah.
she is, I swear to God, guys, she will walk into a room. It's like Jennifer Aniston. She walks into a room, and the whole room is like, there's Sophie.
Oh,
I'm not
that's so
kidding.
nice.
I'm not kidding. God forbid you're in a photo next to her.
No.
No, yes.
Not with my fluffy hair today. I
You
should
look
have worn my
great.
sparkly suit.
I'm nervous to be
I
in
have
this
my sparkly
podcast with you, because
suit.
she's so beautiful and perfect. And she'll just strike a pose, and I'm like, fuck you. It's amazing.
I don't know what to say to
But
that.
so now you're acting, but you really
We had a journey.
you do everything 110%. You're not
Mm.
I'm going to try acting. You are acting now. You are actually you've had films that are in film festivals.
Yeah.
How did that begin? How did the acting journey
So
begin?
the acting, to be deadly honest with you, I've been partying so hard. Everything was falling apart, and I was like, I don't know what to do. And then I got sober.
Okay.
So I've been 5 years sober, and it was in that time. So it's the past 5 years where, oh my God, I could literally give you, at one point, I'll give you a 60-second therapy, what I've learned in the past 5 years. But it, in that time, I was like, what do I really want to do?
Yeah.
And I was like, I've never completed something really. Always say I'd write a script. I'd always say that I would do this, and I just never did it, because I'd always be like, okay, cool, free bar, yay. And so I just wrote a script, and I honestly, it's just the consistency. I mean, this, having a podcast, doing anything, everything is just consistency and time management.
Yeah.
And then you can truly achieve anything. But everyone filters off. Everyone doesn't believe in themselves. So
Right.
I did an hour a day. We wrote this short. It's only a short. And then I had a partner with me in the process who was my accountability.
Yeah.
So then it was okay, we've written it. What do we do now? Okay, we have to find funding. And the funding I got in the weirdest way ever. So my funding was
Wait,
a
tell
little
me.
strange.
Yeah.
I had just gone through a breakup, one of many. Also, my journey contains a lot of shit ex-boyfriends. The
Men.
worst. So I just gone through another men.
Straight men.
Straight
The worst.
men
Have you
are
tried dating a gay guy?
worst. I keep saying that I would like to have a family with a gay guy.
I mean, honestly, we're the best.
I would like it.
We are the best.
Then we could have a little commune, and the child could live it, be so loved.
Yeah, exactly. It would be great. Every
gay men out
household needs a gay person in it.
Well, I have loads. I have no straight friends, straight male friends. They're all gay.
Now I'm thinking about it. You really do have a lot of gay friends.
They're all gay.
Yeah, it's great. And by the way, we all love her. She's like the best.
I was at a Ryan Murphy premiere, and I was wearing this like beautiful Mark Bauer gown that he made.
He's
It was
amazing.
gorgeous, blah blah. I'm at this premiere. It's like Ryan Murphy. That's where Demi Moore was there. It was Capote Swans, and there are these drag queens.
Yeah.
And I just turned around, and in Land Before Time, when they see their baby dinosaur, and they're like, ah! And they all ran over to me, and they were like, ah! And I was like, ah!
I'm in my element.
I have no idea because I was sparkly and dancing, but like I attract like the drag queens and the gays.
It's an energy.
And,
like she just has this energy. I'm telling you, it like the room just like gravitates towards her.
That's so
I'm not just
nice.
saying that. I've said that like since I met you. I'm like, who is this person? Like
Oh.
showed up on this trip and I'm like, damn. And then she left the next day. I'm like, why are you leaving early and showing up late? Like,
But we've got one coming up.
I know. You're coming on that, right?
I should be. I haven't actually.
Yeah, they're waiting to hear back. We'll talk about that.
Are they?
Yeah, they said they're waiting on you.
Whoopsies. Okay.
Hello.
Whoopsies. So that's my ADHD going all over the place.
I
But
know. Us two on a podcast together is
It's
a
like
recipe
gonna be-
for disaster.
But in acting, and then we got the funding, and then after, I'll get that story in a minute, and then after the funding, we made it. It was just
Yeah.
like, what I learned in life is everything is just like baby step,
Sure.
baby step,
Yeah.
and then just consistency in doing it. So at the moment, our little short film is doing the film festivals. It's Chelsea Film Festival at the moment that we're in. Then you meet loads of filmmakers, and then you open up, like you put your energy that way, and you start opening up these things and
Right.
meeting more people. But the way I got funding is I was at Soho House, and I'd just gone through a breakup. My friend had just gone through a breakup from this trash guy. Oh my God. And this guy was walking past, and
Yeah.
I was like, no guy is talking to us. And my friend is a lingerie model and has
Yeah.
amazing boobs, and she was in a bikini. And I was like, I don't understand why no guy is, you've gone through a breakup, you just want a guy to like talk to
Right.
you. No one would
Pay
talk to
attention.
us. So I was like, literally, I was like, you. And I was in a particularly like, I don't like men phase. So I was
Feisty.
like,
Yeah,
feisty.
I love
was
it.
like, you here. And I said, why aren't you coming? Why aren't you talking to us? And he goes, honestly, it looks like you would eat me alive.
And
I was
guess
like,
what?
That's fair.
She might. If you do stupid
That's
shit, she
totally
will.
fair.
Yeah.
And then he had a Raya date with him. So we all sat and his Raya date came. We all made friends. And he was like, what do you want to do? And I always make myself super small. I'm always like, I don't. Like, I think it's part British. It's part confidence. It's part like, but being a woman, I think.
I think
we just
women
shrink.
inherently make themselves
Themselves
seem
small,
small.
yeah.
I saw a clip of another podcast talking about a TikTok that they saw where if a plane is going down, and who was saying it? It was Paige DeSorbo was saying it. If a plane is going down and someone's like, we need someone to fly an airplane, and a man and a woman stand up, you always take the woman because the man is going to be like, I can do it, even if they can't. If the woman says she can fly the airplane and land the plane successfully, chances are good she can land the plane successfully. But the man
love
is just like in
that.
his brain, he thinks straight men
Yeah.
are like, I can do anything because it's just like ingrained in their brains.
Yeah.
Women are so all about making themselves seem smaller and like not good enough. And it's
so true.
bullshit.
Yeah.
So if the woman says she can land the plane, trust that she can land the plane.
I actually love that analogy. It's totally.
Yeah.
So I flipped the script this time, and I was just like, I want to make a short film.
Yeah.
And weirdly, he was like, I've got a friend. I flew out to LA. I met the guy, and we got the funding. But like
Amazing.
that was meant to be. Like that is never like.
There's also just like being in the right place at the right time,
Yeah.
having the right conversations, and you are in like the rooms with the right people. So I feel like
Yeah.
it should just come naturally that like
I know who I met that was really cool. Just reminded me. Bill Murray.
Oh,
I
he's such a
spent
legend.
3 hours in a room with me, Bill, and this other guy, just
Yeah.
the three of us. And I was like, this is like a month ago. I was like,
Recently.
there's
Where were
so
you?
much stuff that I can never put on. I never put on socials because I
Yeah.
feel like I'm like, when they had like the little black book, but it's like not sorted. You know what I
Right.
mean? I'm just have like loads of random like,
But that's also like nice to keep some of those things to yourself.
yeah, exactly.
And then
I
share 'em on my
ne-
podcast.
Yeah. Like in Saturday Night Live where they have the weekend update, I'll be like,
Yeah.
this week
This
I
week
met
on-
this celebrity. And there we go. Bill Murray. He was wondrous. It was at a film premiere after party
what?
in Baz Luhrmann's bar
Wait, what
in the
movie
East
was it?
Village. Oh, don't ask me silly questions.
Oh.
I don't know the answer.
Do you remember the title? Was he in the movie?
Yes, he was.
Oh, got it. So he wasn't just there supporting.
No.
He always does like really crazy pop-up stuff. Like I saw him, I think Carol is actually friends with someone who's friends with him.
Oh, wow.
No, you know who he's friends with? She's friends with Duff Lambros. Do you know her?
No.
She was like the
Great
original
name.
like VJ on like MTV. Like she was like a video DJ when like MTV was like still a thing.
Wow.
And I think she knows Bill Murray. She was in, what was the he wasn't in Dumb and Dumber.
That doesn't sound
She
right.
was in Dumb and Dumber. I don't know how she knows Bill Murray. She's very close with Bill Murray. So he did this pop-up in Washington Square. Popped up, literally. It was the weirdest pop-up I've ever seen. All of a sudden, Bill Murray just walks up and starts singing. And I was like, what is happening? This is
my
only in
gosh.
New York you'd experience something like that.
Yeah,
It was
totally.
legendary.
I've actually seen his band as well perform.
He has a band?
So weird. Yeah, he does. And he like stands in the back and does tambourine and then like sings one song. It's
That's
so
basically
cool.
what happened.
Honestly, like if there is anything in life to learn from, it's just that.
Oh, I thought you were going to say it's Bill Murray.
It is. It's Bill Murray being in a band. Like that is it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? We spent so much time worrying. Here's my rant. Here is my rant for today.
Here we go.
I spent so much time going to events in New York feeling so small. I spent so much time walking in being like, oh my God, that girl's wearing a short dress. I'm wearing a long dress. I look like an idiot. I've got to go home. And then hating the rest of the night because of a dress. Like when no one gives a
Right.
crap what
No
I'm wearing.
one's paying attention.
I spent so much time sitting next to guys who were like, I have a jet. And then I'd be like, I don't have a jet. Oh my God. Which is like absolutely delusional because more than likely that guy was probably bankrupt and didn't have a jet in the first
Yeah.
place and was just talking the talk.
Now he has a NetJets account.
And what I have learned, my favorite, the pinnacle of what happened. So after all these 12 years in New York and feeling like so small and, you know, and kind of like I'm not good enough and all these different things is I entered like Delulu phase.
Yeah.
And I'm currently in Delulu phase,
But
which is
sometimes
like,
that's the best, right?
yes, want to do acting? I'm going to do acting. I'm
Yeah.
in my mid-30s. That's fucking cool. You know what I mean? Let's go for it. Let's start something new and let's just do it.
But you're also not just like you are. I feel like you say do acting like you're just like like you are acting like you are.
I
You're
actually
doing
just got a part in something at the end of the month in Mexico.
no
Yeah.
way. That's news. That's amazing.
Yeah.
What's the role?
And I
Can
also
you
just
share?
auditioned for Charlie XCX's film, so fingers crossed on that one. That'd be
What
quite
is-
sick.
Wait, she's doing a movie.
Yeah.
What movie
That
is
might not be allowed to say. No, I think it's allowed. I don't know.
it? You heard it here first. I make that the clip.
Yeah.
The only clip.
You used to have way too much ADHD, but she did say that Charlie
Wait,
XCX.
that's amazing. Wait, what's
So
the
it's been
role for the?
amazing.
What's Mexico? What's that?
Mexico, I play a record producer.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay,
I need to
but
read the script
Can
today,
we
actually.
also talk about the short that we did together?
Yes,
that was
we can.
I also was like, I mean, I am definitely not like doing like the whole acting thing like Sophie is. Like she is like truly
But he's-
acting. But I am like
Really
I don't
good.
know. I'm just like playing around with it. I'm like, what can I do? Like I do it all day on social media. None of it is like nothing I do on social media is like 100% accurate. It's like recreating like something that happened
You
and
don't
then
hate your husband?
yeah, no, everyone's like, wait, Jeremy is so annoyed with you. I'm like, by the way, he's acting too. We love each other for the record. But like something will happen and then we'll just like sort of recreate the scene, I guess,
Yeah.
in like a funny sort of way. And I'm like, why not try? Like, why not try acting? So I signed up for all those like acting sites that like are so random. You get like, I got an email the other day that was like, we want you in a scene in a gay bar. Are you comfortable making out with another man without your shirt on? And I was like, is this the role?
It's bizarre.
I'm like, this is
Oh
what I
my
got. I'm like,
gosh.
can you not cast me
Was
as
that
like,
Actors Access?
it was,
Backstage?
no, it was the other one. There's only like 4 that I get emails for.
Okay.
Maybe it was Backstage.
Yeah.
It's literally my last email, Casting Networks.
Casting Networks. Okay.
Yeah, through Casting Networks. So every now and then I'll like submit myself for something and I'm like,
Mm.
oh, this is good. But like, that's the one I heard back. I didn't even submit myself for that. But I'm glad
They
they think
sought
I'm
you out.
good looking. I don't know. They were like, we want
Gorgeous looking.
hot gays for a gay bar. And are you comfortable making out without a shirt on? And I'm like,
You're like, hell yes, see you
I
tonight.
was like, can I leave the shirt on? Like,
Those ones do get a bit dodgy. Yeah, you are a bit like, oh.
yeah. But now you're actually like starring in,
Right.
writing, producing, doing everything
Yeah.
for the short that she asked me to be a part of, which I was like honored to be in. And I was like so nervous, but you were just so amazing. Like, you're incredible.
This is so nice. Yeah. Well, in my Delulu phase, I was like, look, I'm sober. I've got a lot of time on my hands. I'm not hungover. I'm not drinking. What do you do? So I was like, I've always wanted to do acting. And then you realize very quickly in acting that you need a name for yourself.
Yeah.
And honestly, like Nepo baby, whatever you want to call it, like, of course it's real. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? You have an entree to the industry. You
Yeah.
have a name.
Right.
Easy. Good for you.
Yeah.
If my parents were actors, that'd be, very handy.
That'd be incredible. Or like
Incredible.
runs a
They
studio
and
or
they
something.
can just let you know how it works. So
Yeah.
if you do want to get into acting and you don't know how to do it, you can literally start anytime. That's what I learned. So in COVID, I signed up to a random class. There was an 80-year-old woman in there called Gail, who I loved, who just started acting because her husband had passed away.
Oh, I
and I was
love
like,
that.
yes, Gail.
Start now. Yeah. Why
Start
not?
now. Why
Yeah.
not? She's booked films. So she's been in stuff. she's amazing. So from that, that was all during like COVID. And then from that, I went to like a different acting class. And then you're just around it. You're in the energy.
And you're around the people too.
You're around the people. You're around, then people we'll be doing short things. So it really is like building blocks.
Right.
When I was modeling, they would put me up for something really big and you wouldn't get it and you would just feel awful.
Right.
But we had no training, no idea. They would just need like a pretty girl in something. You know what I mean? I like did a few Bollywood films. It was super random, but
well, I didn't know that.
But so then I was like, okay, I don't have a reel. So apart from my weird Bollywood film, which was actually quite good, they play it in my local nail salon, and they're always like, "There you are, that's the girl."
Wait, I'm dead. What is this movie?
It's called Cocktail. It was a huge hit.
Bollywood's massive.
Yeah, it was
massive.
It was night shoots.
How did you get cast in that? Though?
From my agency. So that was modeling.
Okay.
So if you are just like starting blind, you're like, you know what? And we're listening to amazingly well-skinned Eric and Sophie. How do we do it? It's like sign up for those things online, sign up to Actors Access, sign up to Backstage, put yourself out there, do that weird stuff, and then get in an acting class.
Okay.
And then it's just grown. So from that, I didn't even have agent representation, right?
Yeah.
So like from that, I then made the short film, which we wrote. I wrote it, we got it together, we shot it. That was a long feat. That took like a year. Now it's in festivals. So then when I started to meet agents, I'm like, I have this going on.
Right.
And I met an agent through word of mouth, but there are like really good websites you can kind of go on where it is a pay to play, but I do know people that have got agents that way. And so then I got my agent. So it's just been like stepping after stepping. And now I have Artists First, and they are just the best. And for the first time in like 15 years, I feel like I have 20 years. I've had 20 years of having agents. I feel like they get it. They understand it. They're amazing. And the roles they've sent me, I've been up for one opposite like Jude Law, which like I knew I wasn't going to get, but like still a really cool thing
but still
to be
the
in
fact
for.
that they're, and don't say that because you never know, you could get it.
No, I think it's actually filming now, so I really didn't get it.
Well, there's always next time. But like you getting that audition is huge. Like just being put in front of those people and like getting your face there.
You're finally in the room.
Because then guess what? You walk back into the room with the same people and you're like, wait, I remember you.
Exactly.
And then all of a sudden
Building
you're like
block.
one leg up from the last time you were there. Like I think that you were doing it so right. You're taking the long road. You've done it all. Like, and you realize that like it's not going to happen overnight. I think that's like the biggest thing with especially our generation is they are so quick to give up on something because they're like, I didn't get it right away.
So?
Yes. I feel like people are like they want everything to not fall in their laps, but I think that they want things quicker than they can realistically happen. And like,
interesting.
I think something that I've learned is like, you're not going to get for me with like social media, like I'm not going to get every single deal I want. I'm not going to go on every single trip that I want. I'm not going to do like every single campaign with whatever huge brand and like comparing yourself to people who are getting that. Like they're probably looking at me and they're like, wait, how the hell did you just get that campaign? Like it always looks so magical when you're looking at it from the outside and looking at what other people are doing. But I don't know, with me, I've just like always been comfortable kind of like waiting for what's to come. I don't know. It's like,
well, you wait, but you put a lot out there.
I put everything out there.
So you're doing a podcast, you keep up with your TikTok. Honestly, I'm the type of person that
you guys don't need to follow Sophie on TikTok.
Small, tiny following, but like consistency on social media for me. Some days there'll be like weeks where I'm just like, I hate social media. I don't know how people do it every day.
It's rough.
Like, is it actually it feels like it is like a full-time job.
It's not like the posting. I mean, it could be. Yes, definitely. Like for the brand stuff, it is. How much you post is like you make that yourself, obviously. Like I could post every single day. I could post once a week. But
what
like,
do you post every day?
I find something somehow with like yesterday I was standing in Carol's apartment and I just saw her staircase, and I know that like people on Housewives are obsessed with their staircase. And so I was like, here's the staircase, and like it got like 95,000 views, and I'm like, that was dumb, but okay. Like I just post. I've noticed like making yourself the brand is better than like trying to fit into another brand. Like I think I don't know why people come to my page. I really don't. When people are like, what is your...
It's so funny.
It's nonsense. But I think people want that escape and people want the nonsense. But then you just get like every now and then. It is one of those things where like I always tell myself, I'm like, I never let people like in the comments, like if they're negative comments, I never let it bother me. But I would be totally lying if that was true. Like today someone commented something. I'm like, it took everything in me to not be like, fuck you, I'm going to find where you live and burn your house down. But like, I'm just like, you know what? The block button is there for a reason. So I just block them. But that's something that would like knock you. Like if you just started doing this, I could see how that would scare you out of it immediately. Cause it's like scary having someone be like thinking about like, how can you possibly hate me so much? You don't know me, first of all. You see 1 minute videos of the nonsense that I put on social media. and the rage that you have against me or anyone, it's sick.
It's wild.
It's crazy. Like social media is.
Where do you think it's going?
I don't know. That's the scariest part. And that's
Right.
why I have like, I'm trying to figure out like new avenues. I want my audience to like find me in different places, use my platform to like grow in other directions. And that's kind of like what you're doing too, because I'm sure a lot of these directors and producers and everyone, like they know you're established. They know you have an audience. They know you have people who love you. And I'm sure that's also a reason that like they probably want to work with you,
I want
right?
to be in charge. Basically, I want to be in charge. So when
You should be in
when
charge.
I'm on set and I'm producing to the short film, and what we did is a vertical shoppable rom-com. So there's
It's
like
genius.
loads of verticals coming out. It's getting really big, but they're all kind of trash, which they're meant to be. They're meant to be trash. But this one is like a cute kind of like Barbie meets Bridget Jones, all based on true stories around New York and all shoppable. So to get this done, I have had to write it. That's 8 episodes. I wrote the whole thing. I looked at it. I was like, we can't film this. This will cost a fortune. Every scene, you've got like one DP. I had to rewrite the whole thing to simplify it. And then I knew this one wanted to act. So I was like, I'm going to write all my friends' parts that I want to be in it so that we can work together. Well, but this is what this industry should be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It should be with your friends, doing amazing stuff, giving people a chance, creating and making art.
Yeah.
So I kind of brought that back. And then like I'm running the set as well. So I'm getting all the locations, you're getting all the schedules together. You're getting all the outfits, all the props. You're making sure all the crew and everyone's fed. And then you've got the filming days and everyone's got to be on the right filming day. And then you've got to worry about the weather and you're inside and then you need permits and outside. Like it is no small thing. So on Monday and Tuesday next week, we're going upstate and we're doing something. And I was just like, wow, I am such a control freak and a Capricorn.
But like you should be a control freak because this is like your baby.
What my dream. So like by doing all this, I will have a proof of concept. I will have something that will go out and I'll be able to go to those big guns and I will be like, hey, look, this is what we're doing type thing. But to get it done, it doesn't just like I see so many influencers who have a bigger following, like lot bigger following than I do. And they'll do something, but they didn't do it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like whether it's a clothing brand whether it's like a show or whether it's like this or whether someone is doing it and they're signing their name to it.
Right.
I am like in the mud with everything I do, learning everything, sitting on the edit because I want to know everything when I'm in those big meetings.
When you also don't want to be the one that's like, why didn't this happen this way? Because if it didn't happen the way, then it's your fault at the end of the day because you're controlling it. And by the way,
but
like,
it's a lot.
She's in it, she's producing it, she's writing it. Like she was literally like getting her makeup and hair done as she was like directing stuff and like telling people where to go. We were all in her apartment, like the props and the scene, everything was happening all at once.
She's Delulu.
And I'm just like, my suit doesn't fit right. Can someone give me a clip? Like I was,
we clipped him.
she found a clip.
Good.
Like I mean, she was literally doing everything and had the lines memorized. I'm like, I don't know how she does it all. Like you do it all. It's amazing. You touched on it before, but like sobriety for you.
Yes.
Like that's been I actually learned that day on set when we were shooting.
Oh, really?
I knew you were sober. I didn't realize that. Can I say this? I don't know because it's anonymous.
Yeah.
But like, okay, so we were talking about, you've been in a program.
Mm-hmm.
Has that for you? I feel like going to one of those programs and like looking inward and realizing like, okay, there's like something like going on. It's like not working for me, making that life change. Like, has that been just like the most life-changing experience for you and like realizing like I can get to the next level of success because of your sobriety and like working on it in that type of a program?
Oh, I feel like you're so good at interviewing. It's like you reached into my soul.
Really? Oh my God, I felt like that was such an easy question.
No, that's like exactly what it is. Yeah. I didn't really have a choice in getting sober. Like I needed to get sober. Like New York was like, it was not going in a good direction.
Right.
I'd lost my agent. I thought I'd have to go back to England. I was running out of opportunities and it was like this, like everything it was shrinking. Was here.
Yeah.
And then you have to rebuild. So you get sober. God knows how I got sober, but you have to flatten everything out to kind of put back the pieces.
Sure. And
especially in like a 12-step program, that's something that helps you do it basically. Yeah. And I honestly think it's like a design that everyone should do. It's basically like coming clean about so much in your past and so much that you've held on to and then learning how to let go and learning how to be a better person is ultimately what it is. But I think in sobriety, I don't know. you learn to kind of keep going. You learn to be kind to everyone. You learn to be in service of everyone.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So it's like on set, even small things on set. It's like, okay, do they have food and water? You know, you just, you stop thinking about you basically. Because I think when you're drinking, you're like, me, oh my God, it's so hard being me. And then you get sober and you're like, okay, let's like reframe this all. So it's a very humbling program.
And here I am. She's like, do you have any snacks? And I'm like, I have nothing
Can
in
you
my
believe that?
apartment.
I didn't actually offer you my sushi in the end. That's so
maybe
bad.
I need to get sober. Maybe that's what it is. I did have a martini this morning. No, but I just think it's like, it really is. And your like dedication to it is because you are obviously like on the other side of it now. I see you out at these events that are, some of them are they're parties, like they're parties.
Yeah,
And you,
a lot of free booze.
the fact that you are still like, there are certain people where I'm like, God, they could use a drink. Like they could use a drink. You don't need anything because you are always just like the light and like that everyone wants to be around you. And I'm not just saying that. Like you are truly just like a blast to be around. Like I'm like, if there's anyone who doesn't need any sort of substance, I'm like, it's you. Like you are just everything. You're so much fun, and it's just like incredible. And I'm not just here to like blow smoke up your ass.
So
like,
nice.
no, but I'm
like
serious.
Sweating, my feet are sweating.
No, but I'm being,
this is sweating, my boobs are sweating, my bum, everything's sweating right now.
But I'm being so serious. Like you're incredible, and the fact that you've been able to like turn it around, I just think is really a beautiful thing, and it's an inspiration because there are a lot of people who I know struggle with it every day, and they don't make that step, and it's kind of just like that vicious sort of cycle where you're like, why is it not getting better for me? And it's like, well, you're not taking the action.
Never-ending nightmare. I tell you what, 3 things that I kind of learned in sobriety. Number one is that like everything comes back around.
Sure.
Like I truly believed when I didn't get a job or when someone else got something that I didn't have, it was like the end of my world when I was drinking. I was like dropped by my agent and I was like, I will never speak to those people again. They are like, I was so like angry about everything. And then in sobriety, I went back into that agency. I gave him a hug. I said, I'm really sorry I couldn't show up for you for castings. And he cried and I cried and it was like, amazing.
Yeah.
And so I really learned that things come back around, like men, dating, like jobs, opportunities, everything is like a wave. You know what I mean? So now when I don't get something, I truly just have this belief and I'm like, it's okay. Something else is going to happen. And if somebody else gets something, I think it's hard. Like when, especially in New York, everyone is so competitive and everyone is constantly striving. And some of them you're like, are you just on like 100 milligrams of Adderall? Like, how are you doing this?
A lot of them are.
It's crazy. And I think a lot of them must be because it is like wild. And, and then over the last 5 years, I've just learned to be like, what do I want to do? You know what I mean? Like the whole point of this rom-com, I want to make something that feels good and people, and it's fluffy. And my character in the rom-com doesn't drink, but it's never mentioned. It's just like, I just want to make people feel better. And I want to just bring some kind of coziness. And so.
And it is so good. Like at least the part that I was in, it was so good because I was there.
Yeah.
No, the scenes that we were doing that day, I'm like, this is so
it's in the edit now, so
good.
It's super cute.
Oh, I'm nervous.
So no,
That's
it's
amazing.
so exciting. I learned that, like I was saying earlier, when you walk into a party, you can be wearing whatever the hell you want and you just own it. Like I kind of let go of like self-conscious and you know what I mean? I learned that everyone's always feeling like self-conscious in these places. Always. People are always struggling. There's just so much more to everyone.
Yeah.
And I think ultimately I just learned at the end of the day, we are all human and we are all going through the same crap. And it doesn't matter if you have all the riches and all this stuff. It's like, there's just always something.
There always, I mean, yeah. And like, it was funny. I went to a dinner the other day with this fragrance brand and I walked in and I saw someone I knew. And he walks up to me. He's like, "Oh my God, thank God you were here. I didn't know what I was walking into." And I was like, "I felt the exact same way when I saw you."
Exactly.
And it's funny because he's like blowing up on TikTok. He's like everywhere. And I'm like, "You're nervous? Like what? Like you're huge now. Like why are you nervous to be here?" And he's like, "I don't know. I just didn't know who I would know. I just get nervous about these things." And I'm like, "Okay, like if you're nervous, then like I'm nervous."
Oh
but
my
like,
gosh, I have a friend who's like a Victoria's Secret model, and not to cut in, but she did VS, and then the other day she was like, "I just feel like I'm like ugly and blah blah blah," and this girl was not saying it in any way of like make me feel better. She is so grounded, so amazing. That is just how she felt. And like I look at her and I'm like, this is, you make me feel like a small dot, like crazy. It's just, yeah, exactly. If you feel like that, we've got no hope.
Right. I know. It's so, but you know what I think has made it really bad is social media and being able to compare yourself to everyone else. And if you take that element out of it, life is so much better.
I honestly, sometimes, I'm not going to lie. Do you remember when we were kids? And
Yes.
you like didn't know where people went on holiday until you went back to school.
Yeah, and you all
like
had to
didn't
talk
know
about
what
it.
anyone did, and like, you know, you just did truly what you wanted
Yes.
to do. Like, not in a weird way, but so many times I'm at somewhere and I'm like, do I want to be here,
Right.
or am I just doing it so I can like post it?
Well, I think a lot of it, that's a great question, because I think a lot of it is like, for me, I'm like, it's work. Like
Yeah.
I go because there's like
Yeah, but you get paid.
usually, but like, I mean, sometimes, you know, it's bad or like not bad, but like, I get it. You have to build relationships with these brands. Like some of the events I go to, I'm not being paid. And then I realize like someone else is being paid. And I'm like, the fuck is happening here? Because I'm posting and they're posting and they're getting paid a lot more.
Yeah.
So I go to a lot of these events, you know, not with anything like that I'm like, oh, I'm going to gain this from going to this. But like, I always like to meet the publicist, show a face, like
That's actually a good point.
have a
Yeah.
conversation. Like all of them are like good networking opportunities. And by the way, it's like usually free food. Like I'm like, great, free food, free dinner.
Yeah, honestly, I haven't paid for dinner in quite a long time.
Yeah,
Dinner is so expensive in New York. So
I know, and like dating is got to be.
yeah, well, that's a wild thing, is getting sober and realizing that everyone you've dated was
Trash.
like, damn you, wine. All my friends that still drink, they're like, I'll go on a date, and I'm like, he's not my person.
Yeah.
And then they have like a glass of wine, 2 glasses of wine, 3, and then they're like, he's my person. Like, it's so easy to have that filter when you're
clouded.
I'm like a serial kind of been in long term. And then in like the brief dating experience I've had in New York,
Yeah.
I was saying about it. I was like, I realized that like I am good at interviewing. Like my job, I work at Amazon. I interview people. I don't know how to put this about men. Like, I think what has happened is that women have grown and know what they want and have found their value, and the men haven't caught up.
Yeah, men don't get it.
Happened.
Straight men, gay guys.
Gay men are amazing.
Yeah, you're talking to the right audience, by the way, because this entire audience, they're women, gay men,
Yes.
or my dad.
Yay!
Yeah. But yeah, straight
Mr.
men,
Goldie.
they want women, I think, to be small.
They
Like,
want them to be super small, and they want them to do what they want to do, and they want them to follow, and they want them to hang out with their friends. And then if they want to go skiing, or I don't know why I said skiing, or whatever they want to do.
Shit, I
you
go
know what
skiing.
I mean? Like, or to, like swimming, and they.
take me skiing.
But yeah, but I feel like women have just got bigger, and it's like we're now really, you know, we want to find that partner that doesn't hinder or hold us back.
Right. You want someone who's going to be your biggest cheerleader and
that,
raise you to the top.
And also it's hard because like I might want to go back to the UK.
What
do you do? I know, I miss it. I just got back and I was like, I really miss it here.
I get
Like,
that, because I would like to go back to the UK, and I never even lived there.
So you would love it. Oh my God.
Oh,
we
it's-
should just move and have a baby there. Like you would.
Together,
like,
I would love that.
Yeah.
Bye, Jeremy. I love it there. I think, and it's so
So
honestly so
chic.
easy to get there. It's 6
So
hours.
easy, yeah.
It's great. London, it's like one of my favorites.
I definitely. So there's like all these different things. Sometimes I just imagine myself with a baby on my own. Honestly, when I imagine my future, I just imagine me with like a little girl strapped to me and I'm walking around and
Great
I'm like going
accessory.
to events and I'm like, hi.
Here
I
she
don't know.
is.
But then again, it's exciting, right? Like it's the same thing with work. It's like you could meet. What I've learned from all friends and all people who are out there is I have friends who've gone to like Trader Joe's and they've met someone. Like
Right.
the stories you hear, and I have so many friends as well. It's like it's not going to happen to me, and then a year later I see them because obviously we only see our friends once a year in New York.
Yeah, that's how it
And they're
works.
like-
And your best friends, by the way.
Yeah, and then yeah, exactly. And then I bumped into my friend at a wedding, and she was like, "We're just," and they're getting married, and like you just never know,
Right.
You know what I mean? But we're just not. Women just aren't settling anymore.
Yeah, I think the best thing that single people can do, because this is, no one's doing it anymore, go and sit at a bar and order like your dinner or whatever it is, and like talk to the person next to you, as long as it's worth talking
Yeah,
to.
you're not in like
You
a
know,
dive bar.
Yeah, not a dive bar. Like go to like a restaurant, which still gets expensive. Order an appetizer, whatever it is,
Yeah.
and just like sit there and eat, and like someone will be there also. I think that's like such, like no one does it anymore. Hello,
tits out like
hey
I am.
girls. Hello, where'd you guys come
Maybe
from?
that's like,
Yeah, unzip it a little more. Someone will come
Yeah.
up to you like that. I don't know if that even exists anymore, because now with everyone swiping on dating apps, like
I think if you are watching this and you are single, I think the first things that you should do is, have a date with yourself once a week. So whether
Yeah.
that's going to a bar, do not take headphones, okay? Take a book, take a journal, take
Yeah.
anything, but do not be on your phone. That looks unapproachable, and do not have headphones in. So do that once a week. When you are walking around, do not put your headphones in.
Yeah.
Like, I think, and then at the beginning of your journey, this is going to sound really woo-woo, but I truly believe in it. Say out loud and just be like, I am open and I'm ready to meet my person. And I can guarantee you that somebody will enter your life.
I believe in all of that. I'm going to keep my
Yeah.
headphones in because I'm married, but
Yeah. I realized it the other day. Like, I always walk with my headphones in, and
Same.
I don't really, and I took them out the other day, and it was like I was like back in the world. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, hey, everyone.
Yeah.
Like, I'll wear sunglasses and headphones and this, just because, like, I don't know. I don't know. It's just New York. We're like, let's keep
right.
it down.
My issue with headphones is I'm more scared of getting mugged than finding my next husband.
Yeah.
I'm more scared that someone's going to like beat me with a bat when I'm not looking or listening. Like the headphones thing, I need like that noise canceling in
I
New
hear
York.
you.
Like I
Half
turn
the
that
time
off.
I'm not even listening to music. I'm just
Oh no,
have
Jeremy
headphones
was in
to-
the apartment yesterday. I swear over my life. He had headphones in and I was like, is he on a call? Like what is he doing?
No.
And I was like, what are you listening to? He's like, music. And I take the headphone out of his ear. It was just silence. He's
Oh, to
like,
be
I just
married.
wanted silence. And I was like, you're a bitch. Like that
No,
was
I do it
so
all the
rude.
time.
I know, crazy.
You got to be open and then just put yourself out there.
Yeah, put yourself out there. That's all it is. Well, you're killing it. And I'm waiting until I walk into a room and I'm like, I knew her when. The next Jennifer Aniston right here. Thank you so much for coming on my podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I love you. I adore you.
You're the best.
Still want all your skincare
I'll give it to you. I have a whole
routines.
closet
I
of
bet
it.
everyone's like, really?
Yeah, I have a closet right there of all my skincare.
What he didn't tell you is I'm a freebie whore.
We're going to go through my skincare now. Bye, guys.